super bright, bold blushes. All-time favourite. Neutral tones. Covered everything. What is that? What have I got on my face? Has that been there the whole time? Hey guys, so today's video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to a bunch of black owned makeup brands. I did originally want to do a get ready with me, but first of all I saw that loads of people were doing that, and also I did the get ready with me on live on Twitch. My whole face, bar like 2 products, was all black owned makeup brands. It is so important right now that we support the black community because of everything that's going on at the moment. I am trying to look into small indie black owned makeup brands as well, so if you know of any really good ones, please let me know down below. But with that said, let's get started. The first one I want to talk about is Beauty Bakerie. I don't have that much stuff from Beauty Bakerie. Their stuff's pretty expensive. It's meant to be pretty good for people with oily skin, like their foundation especially. I have their lipstick, I'm using it today. This is in Swiss Mocha Frappe, and this is a super long lasting lipstick. This is very grey undertoned, but they have a bunch of these. I actually really like that it looks kind of like gelato-esque. Next I have a palette. This is Coffee and Cocoa. This is not really for me, this is for deeper skin tones, but I use this as a bronzer. I've used these for eyeshadows before. They are so nice, so buttery, so pigmented, blend really nicely. So if you do like any of these shades, I mean, these are really nice big eyeshadow pans if they're not particularly your skin type. If you have deeper skin tone, I bet these would be gorgeous on your skin tone. Then we have the Elysees palette. This is a blush and highlight palette, super bright, bold blushes, one more nudie one, and then a really stunning highlight, which I do have right at the top of my cheekbone. I have about 3 highlighters on right now. Really pretty. These blushes could definitely, like the bright ones, could definitely be used for deeper skin tones as well. She caters for all skin types very well. Next is Pat McGrath. I think I'm going to be doing an order for Pat McGrath products in the near future because she's brought out some intriguing products recently, like some lip liners, an under eye setting powder. You know, I like my under eye setting powders, and I've been wanting to try out her mascara so bad. First I want to talk about her lipsticks. Her lipsticks are really pretty. Her packaging is just stunning. It's beautiful. The bullet itself is gorgeous. This is a really pretty shade. I don't wear warm tones that often anymore. I wear a lot more cool tones, but this is a really nice comfortable lipstick. I need to wear it more often because I don't want it to go bad. I spent a lot of money on it. You will notice that I'm probably going to be very positive about these brands in a way. I will give you my honest opinions, but I'm trying to be more positive about them because of everything that's going on in the world. I think that we need to appreciate black owned businesses. So then I don't think you can get your hands on this anymore, but this is the Mothership Sublime Bronze Edition Ambition palette, excuse me, and again it has this pretty lady on it. A bunch of gorgeous bronze shades. They blend really nicely. This is the only shade that bothers me because it's very like crumbly and kind of dusty, but the rest of them are really nice. It's the only matte in there, which is the only like slightly frustrating thing, but it just means that you need to maybe dip into another palette, like a Z palette or something like that. Really nice, then gorgeous shades, and I actually really like the packaging. Next is Fenty. I don't actually have that much stuff from Fenty. I did a Fenty review a little while ago, and I sold a lot of the stuff because I don't use it. I've got a couple of Fenty brushes, which I really love. I also have the Fenty sponge, which I used today, and I really do enjoy it. I did get the Trophy Wife highlighter. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this is not for my skin type. Like, this is meant to be for someone with medium to deep skin. Like, it is not for me. But it was such a gorgeous shade, I really just wanted to get my hands on it. So a highlighter I do love. I got this in a little duo. This one is Hustla Baby. It's more of a peach highlighter, and I do have this on today. It's really pretty. I really do like the formula. I think it's really nice. I actually like this little compact one because it's very rare I go through a whole thing of highlighter. Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. Oh, it smells like strawberry laces, kind of. Something from my childhood. This is a very wet looking lip gloss, and it's so comfortable, not sticky at all. Then lastly from Fenty, I do still have the 2 eyeliners. I got Alien Bay and Neptune. These are glitter flip eyeliners, so they go on with, you can see a little bit of glitter in there, and I did line the top of my eyes with them today. It's a very flexible applicator, so it's not my favourite, but they are really nice. I love like the petrol kind of top. I think that's really cool. Let these dry and then smudging them with a brush, you should see like little glitters appear. You can like accidentally take off a little bit sometimes of the eyeliner itself, so you have to be really careful. Sometimes you have to put it on and then rub it and then put it on and then rub it. It can get a little frustrating, but they're really cool, and even when I don't, you know, smudge them to get the glitter to appear, I like them as they are. Before I get onto the big boy, I just want to talk about my favourite, all-time favourite. I was asked a little while ago from a friend if I could collab with any makeup brand. I said JD Glow. They are my favourite eyeshadow formula of all time, and they are about, I think they're about $6.50 per eyeshadow pan. I need to be careful because my brown has crumbled all over the place. Look how big these pans are. They're huge, right? I have a bunch of shades here. I used this one for my brows, and I think I dug too hard into it and like cracked it. Look at this. This one on my inner corners. This one lower lash line, which is that darker green you see. This one, which exploded everywhere when I got it, that's that greeny gold you see on the centre of my lid. By far my absolute favourite. Next I want to talk about their eyeliners. So I've only got one. I have the iLive, which is like an army green. I thought I'd get a different kind of colour. This again has one of those very bendable applicators, which aren't my favourite. Really nice like shade that you just wouldn't see very many places. I really do enjoy this. And I just want to mention these things. I was going to do a video about these, but I wasn't sure how to do it. I used the shade Empress today. These are basically micro glitters, and I used this around where this green is. They're really pretty. They're so fine. I mean, loose glitters anyway are so messy. You done it? If you have the time for loose glitters, these are so pretty. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is Juvia Spice. I was going to do a review on them a little while ago. I never got around to it. But what I will say is one of my absolute favourite liquid lipsticks comes in one of their duos. It comes with a bronze, which is really kind of random. But this Incandescence Matte, this liquid lipstick, sweetie, it won't be long. Good boy. Really nice. It is matte, so it's going to dry down. It's going to make your lips look kind of drying, but if you like liquid lipsticks that are matte and you like nude neutral tones, I think you'll really like this. I have a bunch of shades, but that's the only one I've personally tried. The concealer, this is huge. This is massive. Like, it's almost as big as their stick foundation. This has a nice big doe fur. I got mine in the shade 21, which is a pretty light shade. I have it under my eyes today. I did use my normal setting powder just underneath my eyes. I was having a problem before where it was kind of getting textured and patchy and things like that, but I've used it today, and I think because I've used my favourite under eye setting powder and not the Juvia's Place setting powder, it looks great. I like it. I actually would use this again. Like I said, it wasn't my favourite when I first used it because I was having problems, but I think I just needed to test it with a few more things. The stick foundation, I have tested this. I got mine in the shade Aberdeen. Why did I say that so weird? This is very much a medium coverage. I love the colour of their stuff, like just nice and bright and bold. It's not my favourite stick foundation. I prefer the Wet n Wild one, to be completely honest. Because I have oily skin, stick foundations tend to break apart easier on me. Unfortunately, this just wasn't my favourite. However, I am wearing the Velvet Matte foundation today, and it covered everything. My skin looks like crap at the moment because I'm not eating very well. In a nice bright shade, I got mine in the shade Marico. Covered everything. What is that? What have I got on my face? Has that been there the whole time? That's shadow. I forgot how good this was, so I'm going to reuse it. It's more like a soft matte than a full-on matte foundation, if you know what I mean. People with dry skin do tend to really enjoy it. The setting powder, I used it today. It's not a pore filling powder because I can still see a decent amount of my pores. It does have a little bit of colour on it, so it will give you a little bit more coverage. The setting powder isn't personally my favourite of all of their products. I think that there's just better out there personally. For me, there's only like a few setting powders I can use. There's ones that fill in my pores, or there's ones that keep my oils at bay, and unfortunately that one doesn't do either. But if you want a more full coverage, it is nice. It's just not personally for me. Just 2 more products. I also have the Tribe highlighter. I thought this looked so pretty. It is really nice, like the shade's really, really pretty. If you like really beaming champagne highlighters, you will really like this. A tiny swatch as well. The only thing that I don't love about this so much is this a little bit of a harder formula. You can't use a fluffy brush, you need to have a brush that kind of like is a little bit firmer. But other than that, it's a really, really nice highlighter. I don't have any complaints. Lastly, their eyeshadows. I think Juvia's Place are most known for their eyeshadow palettes. Big these eyeshadow pans are. Really, really gorgeous shades. Blend out really, really nicely. They have a bunch of shades to choose from. This one's more of like a neutral one. They just have loads of these. They have a bunch of just matte palettes as well if you're more like a matte person and you're not into your shimmers. I think that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give this video a big like if you enjoyed it and you support black owned businesses. I will leave down below a bunch of BLM information for you. Petitions, documentaries, causes to donate to, all the products and the brands that I have mentioned in this video. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, and I hope to see you all very soon in the next video. Bye!